Hello. So we have some news. First of all, we had a baby. That video is coming soon. Second of all, Tyler, what's our news?
We're under contract on a house.
We are under contract on a house. A brand new house, and we're very excited about it. It kind of just fell into place. We might be a little crazy for buying a house the same week we had a baby, but it just kind of worked out that way.
Well, last time we had a baby, we bought a car the next week, so.
Tyler sets the bar very high for push presents.
I guess so. Can't have any more kids.
Don't worry.
Tapped out on push present money.
We are not having any more kids, so there will not be a yacht in our future.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, we're on our way there right now. We gotta take some measurements for some things.
Forgot my tape measure.
Do we have to turn around because Tyler forgot his tape measure? But yeah, so you wanna tell the story how we got this house?
Yeah. So on Thursday, because I'm off this week for paternity leave for Gavin. So Thursday we went and looked at this house, and it was like it was an existing home. It was a little bit north of here, it was about 20 minutes from the house, but it was kind of close to the mountains. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath on like 0.9 acres. They wanted $200,000 for it. And we go there and I'm looking around. I'm like, hey, it's all right, So I start talking to the neighbor because I don't ever shut up. So talking to the neighbor, and he goes, yeah, the people that lived here before, they had a meth lab in the far end of the house, and there was one night they were running around naked, screaming at each other in the yard, and the cops got called. And he said, and the guy before that died of lung cancer, and so did his wife, because there's black mold in the basement. And he said that at one point a car ran off of the road and ran into the house and went through the foundation, so they had to repair the foundation.
And Tyler, crazy Tyler, is still like, let's look at this house.
Well, there's not really a lot to choose from these days.
I'm like, okay.
There's not a lot to choose from these days, so I was like, well, but you always know that with stories like that, it's kind of like fishing stories. Like every time they tell a story, it gets a little bit worse. So I wanted to bring our inspector in and have a look at it and everything, but it actually ended up going under contract overnight, so we didn't even go look at it. So I was looking around. I talked to our realtor. We set up a bunch of different showings for Saturday. But on Friday, there was a house that we'd found in this neighborhood that was a new build. It was like a really good price.
Which ideally was what we wanted, was a new build, but we...
Because there's no meth labs in there.
Yeah, or dead people. But we didn't think that we were going to actually be able to make it happen. So anyways.
So we went, and I called the people that were building the homes, the builder, and I said, hey, is this house available? And she said, no. They're building it. It's going to be done in November. But we actually have one that the financing fell through on, and it's back on the market, but it hasn't been listed yet. So you could go take a look at that one. We're having an open house on Saturday. So we took Gavin to the doctor, and we were kind of bored. So we went, and we just rode by there just to look, to see what we thought. So we looked at the one that I had originally seen, and it was like an inside corner lot, and it just didn't look good. It was like a really weird yard, and it had a big hill in the back. So I walked up to the other one, I looked at it, and I was like, hey, this is pretty nice. It's got a big flat backyard and everything, and I peeked through the windows, and it was really nice. So I was going to wait until Saturday for the open house to go look at it, but Abby, kind of made a good point. She's like, well, we should probably jump on this because it's a really good price and everything. So I there was a guy sitting in his truck across the street. So I went over and talked to him, and he was like the construction manager, and he gave me the phone number for the selling agent. So I called him, and he's like, yeah, man, the house is open. If you want to go look at it, feel free. If you want it, let me know. And I said, well, we've already looked into the windows and everything, and we're pretty sure we want it, So he said, well, you send this information. He sent me a credit app. He's like, send this information over and everything, and if you use our lender, we'll give you an extra $5,000 at closing and everything. And then if, you got first dibs. So we went in, we looked at it, we found out we really liked it.
Huge, honestly, because a lot of people ended up being interested in it.
Yeah, so we went in and everything, and it was like 4:30 we were leaving, and another another people were showing up. Like this guy and his 2 kids were showing up or whatever to look at it. And we got in the car and I texted him. I was like, hey man, like don't take their offer. And like 5 minutes later, he called me and said that they had called to make an offer, but he told them that we had first dibs and they would have to wait and see what happens to us, which
We had priority.
which was really, really impressive because not a lot of people would do that. So Dan at Lennar Mortgage, like, good for you, buddy. Thank you. So we did all that. We went home, did the paperwork. It was about 5:30. We got the paperwork done, and then by 7:30 that night, they were like, "Hey, your financing's good to go. Like, house is yours."
And we weren't expecting to hear about it until 9 o'clock the next morning. So that was super exciting because we didn't have to wait to find out. If you know me at all, I don't like to wait for anything. So
And then yesterday when we were there, we were like walking through the house again, waiting for him to get all the paperwork ready for us to sign. And this guy just like pulls up, and I'm doing like a walk around outside of the house.
And I'm standing in the kitchen with my mom and the realtor and the kids.
And this guy walks in. He walks up and he goes, "Are you the selling agent?" I said, "No, we're the buyers. Like we're just about to sign the contract." And he said, "Oh, me too." And I was kind of confused because I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So him and his kid walk in the house and just like leave the front door like wide open, and they come in the kitchen, and apparently he's saying stuff like,
He looked at me and he's like, "So I guess there's about to be a bidding war." And I was like, "No, I don't think so. Like I think we're good."
so he like walks around the house and he comes in and he just like really awkward and like passive aggressive, and then he
Slamming
like
doors.
opens the microwave and just like slams the microwave, and then
After he looks at my sleeping baby in my arms.
And then I called the selling agent, and I was like, "Hey, there's some guy here," and he's like being kind of aggressive, and he like came over and he started yelling at the selling agent. He was like, "You guys wasted our time. Like the people that I talked to didn't know that it was under contract, and we drove 45 minutes and blah blah blah," and it like turned into a really big thing. And then
And the agent, he was super like
professional.
He
like-
handled it really well.
And then there were like 3 other people that came through that were going to look at the house day too, but it was already gone. So I mean, it's a really good thing that Abby suggested we do it that Friday night, because if it wasn't for that, we would not have gotten it. We would have definitely lost it. So, so kudos to you. But yeah, so we're closing like the end of the month, and
In like 3 weeks.
yeah, it's gonna be quick. But they want to
So-
get it gone.
So we're gonna be packing and taking care of a newborn and a 1-year-old and all kinds of stuff, and it's gonna be super busy and super fun. And Tyler goes back to work this week, and then he'll be home the week after, so we'll be able to get like stuff packed and situated, hopefully a lot during that week. And then yeah.
Well, and I forgot the best part, right? So when this house came back on the market, they wanted to get rid of it because when they have houses, obviously they're not making any money. So they marked this house down $44,000, like under asking price, and it also has $10,000 worth of upgrades in the house as well that we're not paying for. So,
Which is kind of how we were able to swing it in this market, because houses are obviously marked up like ridiculous, and with this one being marked down,
it's crazy.
we made it happen. So, yeah, we are actually about to head over there. Tyler's gonna go inside and get his tape measure, because why would we not forget that? And then we're gonna head over there, so we will see you guys when we get there, and we'll show you around. Okay, so we made it here. They're still showing the house to like some other people that are like prospective buyers for other homes in the neighborhood, because they're obviously still building. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys around. First of all, it comes with this very cute little girl. Very cute girl. And his
Or do you think we should have the fridge stick out?
boy. How far do they typically stick out?
I don't know, maybe they're different sizes, but I mean, do you think 32 inches would be too far out?
32?
Yeah. No, probably not, right?
No more than
Because
32.
you want it out far enough, because if not, then it'll hit the wall the whole way.
Yeah, no more than 32, I would say. So, this is the dining room area over here. and the living room. And then we have the kitchen. And we're obviously going to get a fridge. And our super nice walk-in pantry here. Gas stove. Tyler's very excited about that. Do you got her? She comes. Go upstairs, and I'm gonna make sure I bring Miss Mason with me.
The middle switch on that wall is the garage.
Okay. You ready? So then we have another little closet right here where my vacuum will go. And that's the garage, which is nothing exciting. Here's a view of the whole room. And the kitchen. And then this is the entryway. We've got a nice little half bathroom, quarter, I don't know. Just a sink and like a toilet here. Yeah. And then we have the entryway, up the stairs. We're just gonna let this big girl go. We will obviously put a gate at the top of the stairs because otherwise she'll do this all day, every day. Come on, big girl. Keep it going. Halfway. Keep going. Yeah, I'm watching you. No, you're not coming back down. Oh. Come on. Ooh. Anyways, up the stairs. This is the loft area, which is going to be, the playroom for the kids. Trying to get Mason away from the stairs. Bear with me. Oh. Okay, so we have the loft area. Yeah. And then over here we have Miss Mason's bedroom. We chose this one for Mason because it has a walk-in closet and she will appreciate that one day. And then this one will be the spare bedroom. Nice little closet over here. Oh. And then this is the kids' bathroom. Guest bathroom, whatever you want to call it. This one is Gavin's room. Gavin's room is just a little bit bigger than Mason's room. But he does not have the walk-in closet, and this room is closer to ours. And then over here we have our laundry room. The closet right here. And then this is the master bedroom, which is ginormous. Tyler and I have never had a bedroom this big, ever. So we're super excited. We've always had like just enough room for our bed and our dresser. And we've never had one of these. A master bathroom. We've always lived in one bathroom houses. So we're super excited. We have a shower in here and then obviously toilet. We've got a linen closet and then we have our walk-in master closet. So that's it. That's our house. And then, here's a little view of our backyard. So here's the yard. And there's actually a park over there, a playground. And they're building a dog park. So the kids will be able to go over there and play and stuff. And we'll fence the yard in. And yeah. So we'll be moving in about 3 weeks. And we are super excited to get in here, get it decorated. We'll probably paint the kids' rooms, but probably not anything else as of yet. But yeah. So there's our official house tour. The first one of many, I'm sure, because as we, get things done, we'll show you more. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.